looking for Lena, and I found her here again. Looks like this is her favorite place now. This is my desk. Well, or Lena's bed, whatever way you look at it. Lena, wanted to have a conversation with you about scratching, because that's another question that I get asked a lot. Do the Russian Blue or the Burmese scratch furniture? So I thought we would make a video to talk a bit about scratching. What do you say, lady? Can you help me? Alright. So, do they scratch? I think my answer here would be yes and no. Yes, because it's instinct. They need to scratch. And no, there are a lot of things that you can do to prevent them from scratching some places. However, if you are going to get a cat, I would go in with the mindset that there might be some collateral damage on your furniture, at least initially. So my cats, they don't scratch furniture. There is one piece of furniture that this lady here, only Matilda doesn't, but this lady here, she likes to scratch, which is the side of the bed. And sincerely, I think the only reason she still does it is because I just never bothered trying to dissuade her from doing it. I'm like, oh well, you know what? Just have this corner, it's yours. But yes, so, you know, as an instinct, they need to scratch. And the main thing, the first thing that you have to do, you have to have scratch posts. So if you guys seen in my video, I have like a very large cat tree that has multiple scratch posts on it. I also have like a couple of individual scratch posts around the house. And what you can do is, if the cat is scratching, for example, the sofa, you put it close to the sofa so that then they go to the scratch post and not to the sofa. You can also, you know, if your cat likes catnip, you can rub catnip on it, so the cat is more encouraged to, you know, they like it better. There's other options as well. A lot of cats don't like, if you have double-sided tape, a lot of cats don't like the, look at her watching TV. A lot of cats don't like the feeling that it has on their paws. So you could put double-sized tape for a while until the cat, you know, basically just forgets about going and trying to scratch that specific place that they are targeting. There are also some sprays that you can spray on furniture that are like natural with some smells that the cats don't like. I never tried that, but I know that they exist. For me, just the scratch posts, they worked. Another thing that works for me, for my cats, I keep their claws trimmed. Right, lady? We trim it. Lena, so the reason, one of the reasons why they scratch is because, you know, the claws get very long and it gives them relief. So I find it that when you keep them trimmed, it kind of helps them and they scratch less. Now, I'm talking about trimming, which is like cutting the nails. I am absolutely not talking about declawing. Declawing, you guys who are not in the US might not even know what it is, but declawing, I'm sorry. Declawing for me, it's very barbaric. It's basically, it's cutting the claws of the cat off. And it's something that unfortunately happens in the US, and it's not illegal. I believe in most in Europe it's probably illegal. And in my opinion it should be, because it is barbaric. It is cutting a piece of your cat off just because it's convenient. I am very against it. And if you look up how it happens, it's not only the claw that is cut, they cut actually to the bone, because if you cut only the claw, it grows back, so they have to cut a piece of the bone. So it's basically, guys, like someone coming in and cutting off your fingertips. Imagine how would you feel. So absolutely not the clawing, please. You know, it's I don't understand how this is legal and how some vets will do it. I'm normally not very radical on my views, but I'm very radical on this one. I do not agree. And if you're thinking about getting a cat and to declaw it, I mean, seriously, like, you shouldn't have a cat. You know, as I said, there's many things you can do. You can do the scratch posts, you can do the double-sided tape, you can do the nail trimming, which I do for my girls once a week. I actually enjoy doing it. Lena, I'm gonna link down the video where I'm showing how I do it. So Lena, she just sits there and she's like, yeah, whatever, just cut it. Matilda hates it. So initially I was doing like a burrito. I would roll her in this blanket, keep the paws out and just trim it. But now I found out that for Matilda, the best way is just catch her when she's asleep. And then I just go in and like, tack, 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 cut. And then if she doesn't like it, I come back later and I do the other side, but it's very easy when she's asleep. Yeah, so the nail trimming also helps. And you know, I think again you should come in to a relationship with a cat where it is the instinct of the cat to scratch. So if you're getting a cat and you have this pristine furniture, just make sure that you do a lot of the work beforehand, but don't be mad if, you know, initially there's gonna be some scratching, because guys, it's a cat. The cat has claws, and it should have it. And you know, it's like me having a toddler and not wanting my house to be a mess every day. It is what it is. I have to deal with it, otherwise I shouldn't have had kids, right? So it's the same with cats. There's a lot that you can do to prevent it. Probably it's not gonna be happening for a long time, but you have to be prepared that it might happen. And if it happens, you know, you decided to have a cat. It's your responsibility. The poor cat is just doing what they're supposed to do. It's their instinct. Let me see if there was anything else that I wanted to say. What do you think, Lena? I think that's it, right? You are a very good girl. She doesn't scratch. I think one thing that happened a lot as well when she was a kitten, it wasn't necessarily her scratching, but it was more like her jumping and trying to grab onto things, and then like her claws getting kind of making holes in some of the furniture. So we had these chairs that were in the kitchen that were this fake leather. They were like bar stools, you know. And you know, she tried to jump and you could see where she landed because there were like some claw holes in there. I think she did a little bit of that in our sofa as well, as she was trying to jump. So yeah, there was some of this initial damage in the sofa and in the stools when she was a kitten, but apart from that, then the only real victim of my cats has been the bed, and that only a particular size of the bed that she likes to scratch, which I'm at fault because I have allowed her to do it, and I don't mind. I mean, it is what it is, you know, right, Lena? So that's it. Leave me your comments. Again, I'm not afraid to say, you know, I don't think this should be a controversial topic. I think this is very clear cut, the declawing one. People should not declaw their cats.